Hey. How's everybody doing? Welcome back to Asset Podcast on YouTube. A long time ago, probably about 2 years ago, I did Heroica Super Special number 2, Brat Pack maximortal by Rick Veitch. And I said then, you want to find the first issue? I will do it. I owned it. I just didn't know where it was. This is the first issue. I've been told these are hard as hell to come by. So let me see something real quick. I want to see what year. 1996. 1996. That's why. This came out during the bust. These are supposed to connect maximortal and Brat Pack. Part of his King Hell Heroica cycle. So we got Dr. Blasphemy there. We got who we find out later on is True Man. So let's see what we got here. It's Rick Veitch. I'm a mature reader, so there might be some nudity, some graphic violence. Fredo, do you copy? The Maximortals pulled a Lazarus Gambit, and you got to notify the Pentagon, Fredo. That's from Brat Package page 172 and the Maximortal page 174. There's True Man. Very unusual little book. Look, there's Rick Veitch's creations from 1963. There's Dr. Blasphemy. There's the, what is it, Midnight Mink and all them, the Judgment and all them characters from the Brat Pack. Such great art, such a great little story. Makes even more sense when you've read the other two. If you haven't read the other two, you're like, oh, what? Man, did Veitch find him some really good drugs before he did this? Yes, he probably did. But still, it makes sense when you read other stuff. And like I said, my understanding is, I love this scene right here. I can only die as I've lived by choosing truth. Yes, ironic, isn't it? And only fitting to approach through the form in which irony works best. A comic book. This is kid stuff. The worst kind of bullshit. It is me, and I am it. For I am the word and the image, even the panels themselves. Like I said, just such Veitch, the stuff he comes up with. And then we got a nice little letters page. And look at this. Oh, the first page is the first page of Maximortal number 1, which I've covered on here. We got a nice long thing, and then, of course, here we go. The King Hell Heroica is a cycle of 5 novels, 2 of which have already seen print or about to in various formats. The structure of the story is fairly radical and complex, but accessible from any one of the novels. My plan is, when I'm done, to have a totally fictional universe that asks all the right questions, challenges all the big lies, and draws its own strange conclusions as a nature's superhero phenomena as a 20th century cultural force. Book 176 pages. Originally published as the Maximortal, a 7-issue miniseries from King Hell Tundra with color by Sam Parsons. This tells the birth of Maximortal, his adventures as a baby, and hints at his existence beyond space and time. It also begins a sad tale for Spiegel and Schumacher, 2 kids from Slumberg who come up with the concept for the first superhero and get caught in a deceitful web of comic book publishing in the 30s and 40s. The original series is out of print in 1996. A black and white trade paperback collection was released through King Hell Press. A signed and numbered limited edition hardcover is planned for sometime in 97. The final panel of the Brat Pack Maximortal Super Special comic you hold in your hands is the first panel of this novel. So for the maximum desired effect, you either get out your old copies of the series or pick up the new collection when it comes out. Book 2, projected 160 pages. This will be serialized in the next Maximortal series to be published by King Hell Press in early 97. Hasn't happened. The story continues the life of Maximortal as an adolescent and continue my fictionalization of the history of comic book publishing through the 60s and into the underground comics movement. A trade paperback collection, limited signed hardcover are planned. The second Brat Pack Maximortal Super Special, scheduled for January 97, will serve as a lead into this series. Book 3, projected 200 plus pages. It will be serialized in the Maximortal black and white comic, will provide readers with my take on the life and times of the adult Maximortal, aka True Man, leading up to his defeat at the hands of Dr. Blasphemy, is briefly shown in Book 1. It will also introduce the Brat Pack superheroes into continuity. My history of comics will dovetail with the beginnings of the direct sale market in the 70s and 80s. Trade paperback and signed hardcover will follow. As with the series before, a Brat Pack Maximortal Super Special 3 will lay the groundwork and act as a bridge. Never came out. Book 4, 176 page. Published as Brat Pack. First as a black and white miniseries, then as a trade paperback and signed limited hardcover by King Hell Tundra in 91 through 93. The sold out miniseries and trade paperback, which went through 3 printings, are currently sold out. Fucked up there. But I have a few boxes of limited edition signed and numbered hardcover stashed away. Price is $50 by check on money order and U.S. funds to King Hell Press, blah, 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 blah. This book tells the story of Maximortal's world after his defeat and disappearance and how the so-called heroes of that time used this absence to allow their venial sides free reign, as seen through the eyes of their kid sidekicks. I'm not sure when, but at some time some point, a 4th edition of trade paperback will be published from King Hell. And yes, another Brat Pat maximortal super special. Number 4, proceed and lead into it. Book 5. 100 pages. This will collect all the Brat Pat maximortal super special and cap the whole story with Maximortal's final battle with El Guano at the end of time. Trade paperback and hardcovers are planned. He has put out Boy Maximortal, which I've not read. It was self-published. You can get through Amazon. And, oh man, I love this. You are cordially invited to join Dr. Blasphemy in having your perception of superheroes totally twisted forever. Maximortal. Oh, Maximortal. Own one of the Roy and Rick Rivet Fiends collections. I own these 2. I do have the first issue of Maximortal in issue form. I got lucky. In late 90s, comic shop out in Texas, Lynn's Comics. That's not around under that name anymore. You know if the shop's around. The owner, that guy that owned it then, is not around. He doesn't own it anymore. I caught him he was doing like a mall show. And I had like $4 on me. And he was doing comics for $1 each. Well, I found a bunch of comics I wanted, and Maximortal was in there. I just didn't have the cash, so I was like, I'll get it later. He told me where his shop was. So I went to his shop about a week later and found, and he was going to charge me. I was like, man, I saw you been for $1. He's like, you know what? You remember? He's like, yeah, I'll give it to you for $1. Man, fucking Rick Veitch. He's one of them artists and writers that should be, anybody who reads comics should know who the fuck Rick Veitch is, and he's not known. I mean, it's sad, you know. You got these fans that, you know, they hate them. They hate what's happening in the X-Men Batman comics. They'll read that shit every month. Pay that $5 for something they're going to hate. Whereas they could go buy something like this they might actually enjoy. I don't know. The current fandom in comics is just odd. It's like they want to bitch about everything. Yeah. Well, they ain't writing Nightwing right. You still buying it every month, ain't you? Well, yeah, I can't miss an issue. You're an addict. It's like they got to have that monthly fix, you know? It's like, man. I think a lot of the time, and one reason why this, like, Rick Veitch's stuff is not as popular is because he points out, this one reason why I think you're seeing more and more people, especially people who are not around when it hit, or within the first 10 years of it coming out reading comics, Watchmen and Miracle Man by Alan Moore, because they point out just how most of your superhero comics are just really, they're like young kid, adolescent, like power fantasies. You know? And yeah, it's like, why? I don't enjoy reading that anymore. I want to, you know, something that's a little deeper, and really, it's sad when, you know, the movies are doing superheroes better than the comics are, pretty much. Especially for Marvel and DC. I try to get back into Marvel and DC every year or so. I'm like, okay, I'll read a few books. And it never lasts more than about 3 or 4 months where I'm just going, why? Why? I'm not getting my $4 a month or my $5 a month, whatever this issue costs out of it. Why am I bothering? When there's all kinds of old stuff that I haven't read that I can go dig out of the cheap bins for 50 cents to $1. You know, let's just say for that detective, whatever the issue detective's on, that I mentioned this recently on some forum. I have not enjoyed a Batman regular series since probably about 93. The Batman stuff I've enjoyed since then have all been miniseries. And I catch shit for it, but I love Dark Knight Strikes Back. I thought it was great. I understand why people hated it. They begged Frank Miller for years and years to give them another Dark Knight Returns. He's like, okay, that's what you want. I'm going to give you that. And they got pissed off when he gave it to him. Just like Batman, Dark Knight, The Master Race. So good. But people wouldn't go, that's Frank Miller, and he's a piece of shit. And it's like, the shit you're bitching about in his books has always been there. You just didn't realize it. You'll still praise like Daredevil. It's in there. All the stuff Frank Miller's supposed hatred of women and all this, it's in Daredevil. Look at it. You read it. It's there. It's just, I don't understand modern fandom. I don't understand. I realize I'm getting old. That's all like, man, I don't know. I rambled way too much. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe for comments. What was the first non-Marvel, non-DC superhero book you read? Comic book you read? I'm just curious. Talk to everybody later. Bye-bye.